I hired a company called Cross Country Movers out of Rockville, Maryland, to move me from Indiana to Pennsylvania. The initial quote was $2,100 for the materials that I had told them I had. Upon loading, I was told that they had underestimated my cubic feet, and the driver wanted to charge me another $2,800 to complete the move. When I knew I was going to be moving, I made some inquiries on the internet, and Cross Country Movers contacted me. They were very friendly. They seemed very professional. They really seemed to want my business, and they promised that they would be there with me and help me through this process. And so I gave them a deposit, and they sent me a contract, and we got started. I have never moved a long distance before. The times that I have moved within 30 miles. In the last 50 years, I've moved 6 times, but it's always been within a short distance. So what went into a long distance move was totally foreign to me. And I thought I told Cross Country that, but they didn't seem to realize that I was really very ignorant of how cross country moving worked. So I gave them a list of what I had, what I thought. A couple of weeks I called back and increased the list. Then we sold off some things, and a couple of days before we moved, I tried to get in touch with my agent just to finalize things and go over so there'd be no surprises when the movers showed up, but I wasn't able to reach him. And the person I reached was absolutely no help at all. Words can't describe her incompetence, but she was no help at all. So I did get a call from the movers. They said, we can't be there in the morning, we'll be there in the afternoon. Is that okay? That's fine. They showed up at 5:30 in the evening. Now, we'd been working all day. It was hot. I was exhausted. They came in. The first thing he did was walk through and say, well, they credited you with 700 cubic feet, and you have 1,100 cubic feet, so we'll have to charge you for the other 400 cubic feet, and the rate they charged you was $7 a cubic foot, but it was $3 a cubic foot, but because you didn't sign up for enough cubic feet, now we have to charge you $7 a cubic foot, and it's going to be another $2,800. Is that okay with you? So I was expecting to pay $2,100, and now I was going to be paying $4,900, and that was not okay. But what was I going to do? I had to move out of the house the next day. They had me over a barrel. Then the mover said to me, well, I'll tell you what we can do. I don't make very much. And if I scratch your back, if you scratch my back, we can probably get more square footage, get you more cubic footage on this truck. Okay. I was not pleased, but I wanted to get the footage on there, so I agreed to give him some more money. And he said, well, you'll have to give it to me in cash because we've worked with people like this before and they've cheated us. So at this point, it's 6 o'clock at night, and I have to go out and find another $1,200 to get my stuff on the truck. So I did. I came back. I brought them food. I came back. Around 11 o'clock at night, he has more of my stuff on the truck, but he says, I just can't put any more on here. Now I'm left with half a dozen to a dozen items, 11:30 at night, that he says he cannot move, and what am I going to do? It's too late to rent something, to haul. So I was just in a terrible situation. Fortunately, I had a couple friends who said I could store the stuff in their garage and then come back and pick it up. In a couple weeks, I have to drive back to Indiana, make another trip, rent another trailer, pick up the remaining things that they didn't put on the truck and bring them back. After I thought about this for a while, I also then checked which I should have done originally, is checked other reviews and found that this company has terrible reviews. Lots of people have had the same experience I had, and had I known that, had I done the checking, I certainly wouldn't have signed up with them. But I didn't, and I got scammed by them because I think whether the company knew it or whether it was just the movers that were doing it, I can't say. But the result was, I thought I was going to move all of my things from Indiana to Pennsylvania with cross-country movers, providing a non-problematic moving experience, and it was a nightmare. Yes, they again, they came and they unloaded it. They showed up around 7 o'clock at night. For some reason, these movers only work at night, and I'm not too sure why that is, but it's not convenient. But I was just happy to get the stuff and get it off the truck and get rid of them. So yeah, they did show up. They loaded it up on Thursday in Indiana. Then they went to Missouri. Then they went, I think, to Kentucky, and then they came back to Pennsylvania because they were stationed out of New Jersey. And they arrived here Monday evening around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and unloaded it.